Hey guys, today I want to make more of a serious kind of vlog, just talking to you guys, expressing some of my feelings and responding to a couple of things that have been coming up quite a lot recently. I've been getting a lot of comments lately on pretty much everything I post, where it's like, oh, I miss the old Bananapielord who would post Minecraft and do rage stuff and memes, and it was so funny, and I miss Texty, and I completely understand that. I completely understand where people are coming from that point, because it is true, I did that a lot, and that's really what a lot of my channel was for a while there. And then just a little while ago, I got a comment that was like, after your wrist injury, you've changed, and we want the old BPL back. And it kind of really hit me, honestly, because what I didn't disclose to anyone, at least no one besides personal friends, is just how affected I was by that wrist injury. There was a very obvious change in my personality, in the way that I made videos, in the way that I did everything. You'll notice that I didn't post as much. I didn't do much. There was a lot of really interesting things that happened to me. But what I'd like to do in this video is explain my point of view, and hopefully you guys can understand this. This might be a bit of a sob story, and I don't really want you guys to like feel bad for me or anything, but I just want to explain everything that has happened to me since that wrist injury, and why there has been such a drastic change in YouTube for me and just me in general. Basically, when I got my wrist injury last year, I was working really hard. Like every single day, I was editing constantly. Like I would literally edit for about 5 or 6 hours. My videos did not take like 30 minutes to edit. As a matter of fact, it took probably, for every 50 Minecraft videos that a regular Minecraft channel does, that's probably how long it took to do one episode of parkour. I put a lot of time into it, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I had a lot of fun with it. When I hurt my wrist, I was also really getting into guitar. Now, I love guitar. I've always loved guitar. I loved playing guitar. I still play guitar. But the thing that happened is I was really getting into finger picking, which is really intensive with your right hand, if you're, actually a right-handed guitarist. And I was doing that a lot. I was having a lot of fun. I was playing more folk. It was very complex stuff. It was so fun. I enjoyed doing it. I'd edit, work on music, and it was so fun. But what happened was it got to the point that I couldn't do that with my hand. And I know there's going to be a lot of just sex jokes with that, but I'd really appreciate it if you guys could keep that on the down low, because this is very serious. Something that really did affect me and has kind of completely changed my life. I believe at this point I have mild carpal tunnel. It's nothing like terrible. It's not crippling, but it is enough to where even if I play my guitar just a bit too much, my hand cramps up for hours and I almost can't do anything with it. Not to mention, being on a computer in general, that can happen as well. I have to wear a wrist guard to make sure that that doesn't happen. So just from that, it's hopefully understandable to you guys that I just can't edit like I want to. I can't play guitar like I want to. And even just hearing myself say that is really making me feel horrible, because I got really depressed after my wrist injury. Like really depressed. You guys have no idea what it's like to have everything that you enjoy doing, that you can do, taken away from you, and you're not sure if you're ever gonna get it back. I laid in bed for days because I couldn't do anything else. Like I literally could not do anything. I had to not do anything with my hand for weeks. And I mean, still to this day it bothers me, but I've learned my limitations. I've learned what I can do. There's things I really want to do and I just can't. There's a lot of stuff on guitar that I really want to do and I was getting really good at, and it's taken away from me. I can't do it anymore. The same goes with editing or certain games that I'd like to play. I just can't play a lot of first-person shooters now. I really can't. And just coming from just coming from that is so depressing, and it's so disheartening and so sad. It just makes me so sad to see all these comments of people that don't understand exactly what I've gone through. It's just, you know, you are a piece of shit, your videos aren't funny anymore, I miss the old BPL. It's true that I do not, in general, like Minecraft. I don't post anymore. That's a different vlog, actually, that I'd go into about that, but reasons for why I don't post that much. But in terms of just videos, like, I had a turning point in my life. What can I say? I think during my wrist injury, I kind of matured a bit. I realized that you can't really take life for granted, and I can't just sit here making videos, playing games, and not doing anything productive. Of course, you can counter-argue that with, oh hey, but you could get popular on YouTube. You could then go on to have that open up various different things for you, and that's completely true. But I kind of found myself, during that wrist injury, I found that I like games, but I don't like playing them every day. Especially when it's like my job. When it's like, I have to do this, I have to get this out. It's not like, oh, I'm just gonna make this funny video. No, I have to get this out. Because you can't just stop and then start again and expect to continuously grow like that. Unfortunately, that's really not how it works on YouTube. So that was a major blow for me as well. And I realized that YouTube isn't something that I want to do for the rest of my life. And it was really in that point that I found out I wasn't exactly right then. It took me months after that. And I recently, probably in the past like 2 months, completely found myself. I found, I don't know, this new sense of peace, this new sense of harmony that I've never had before. I'd always try to figure out what I wanted to do, what it was like, what am I gonna do, what do I want to do, what makes me happy. And during my crazy heavily edited videos where I was really putting out a lot, I was making a pretty decent chunk of money. And that kind of started to drive me to want to do it more, because I was like, oh man, I can make pretty good money from this. And it wasn't until, I don't know, maybe start of this year, maybe a couple months after it or something, that I found that I had a lot of fun with YouTube, but it came down to the point to where I was just making videos, not for the fun of it, but just because I knew that these would get views. And in terms of doing that, I sacrificed what I really enjoyed and loved, which was music. I threw that away. I stopped making music for almost a year, and I just worked on making videos. And every day it was the exact same thing. I'd wake up, record Minecraft, edit it, and then sleep. And while a lot of you out there might be like, I wish I could just stop school and do that, or I wish I could quit my job and do that, that'd be so much better than my job. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it most likely would be, but just for me, I really kind of lost a part of myself by doing that. I just really stopped caring about everything. Like, I didn't care about being happy, it was just money. It was, if I keep doing this, I'll make pretty good money. And that's the only thing that drove me. I stopped being productive. Every day turned into a boring, monotonous grind. And to be completely honest, guys, I really, for the longest time, probably about a year and a half of YouTube videos, really hated everything about myself and every video that I posted. I hated making them. I hated all of it. And when I hurt my wrist, I had to stop doing that. And it was horrible. I didn't want to stop. I wanted to keep going. I wanted to keep clawing myself up, hopefully gaining more subscribers, hopefully making some more money. And I just don't feel like that's the right mentality for anything in life at this point. Right now, I don't care how much money I make, because regardless, everything's gonna be fine. Yeah, I hurt my wrist, but I can still do music, and honestly, I'm way more creative now than I was just a year ago. So, I just wanted to let you guys know that it's a very personal topic for me, and I don't honestly like going into it that much, just because it was easily one of the most difficult things I've had to do in my life. And I mean, there are other things that happened, but I don't want to get into them in this video. But I feel like you guys deserve that. I feel like everyone who actually kind of enjoys my stuff and who's still stuck around, who wasn't just a fleeting subscriber for Minecraft, who actually stuck around, I really appreciate you guys. I thank you so much for that. Hopefully this story doesn't come off as me sounding like a jackass. I mean, I really was there for a while. I really only did YouTube for money, but at this point, I don't even care. I'm just doing it whenever I feel like having fun. And I'm trying to make sure that every day is a day that I'm productive. And every day I'm reaching for something instead of turning it into a monotonous grind. And hopefully this kind of gets to one of you guys out there. Hopefully maybe you're going through something in a similar situation and you can do this. I'd love to talk more about topics like this, vlogs in general, if you guys would be interested in that, because generally I do enjoy giving advice. I don't feel like I'm the best person to give advice, but I would genuinely enjoy doing that. So I might start up something like that. And now I'm just rambling at this point, but I just wanted to get that out there for you guys. And I really appreciate everyone who stuck around. It does mean a lot. You guys really don't know. But with that, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that things are a little more clear for you now with this channel, with me as a person. And I will see you on the next video.